This is Danica Hansen reporting for the Berea Mail. Today I'm at Hunt Road Secondary School where Equitrust is hosting their Science in Action program. As part of the program, Professor Megandran Govender is displaying a series of science experiments.
Stand with confidence. Little shimmy. Step. Step. And I've just walked through an A4 page. Thank you very much.
As the workshop draws to a close, we have asked Professor Govender to show us some of the experiments again so that we can get a close-up view in this video.
Right, so this is liquid nitrogen. The temperature is about minus 196 degrees Celsius. To put that into perspective, that's 200 times colder than an ice cube. Depending on whether you have a SMEG or Panasonic, depending on the fridge that you have. Alright, so you should not put your hands in liquid nitrogen at that temperature. Right, you should be using gloves, for example. Make sure you have the proper attire, goggles, closed shoes. So a simple question would be one, what would happen if you put a balloon that's inflated into liquid nitrogen? Alright, I have one over here. In fact, it's a balloon. It's got this tied up at the end so the air can't escape. It's warm air from my lungs into liquid nitrogen, and this is something you'll remember for the rest of your life. So most people will say the balloon's going to pop. They change color, for example. And you can actually zoom in there as well. And this is something that goes beyond common sense. So it's going to do that. Wow. And what's interesting is if you bring your phone close by, the camera, you can actually see there's a liquid in there at the bottom. And as I shake that liquid is now disappearing and the balloon seems to be inflating. Right. It's like the self-inflating balloon. And most people will call this magic. Any magic taking place here is the magic of science. Alright? So it's phase change. You've got a real gas in there, you cool it down, it condenses to form a liquid, and then the balloon collapses on the liquid. Take the balloon out, the liquid inside starts to boil. And what happens when you boil water in a kettle? It gives off steam. So it's pull the balloon up, and there you have it. So. All right, and then people always think about, for example, especially in math class, and this should not happen, people tend to dream away, and you hope to float on a cloud and escape the boredom of mathematics. It's all wrong. But what is a cloud? All right, a cloud is nothing more than just you're taking air that's cooled, it condenses, and you have a suspension of water droplets. If you cool the temperature even further, you can have ice particles forming in. So let's very quickly make a cloud for you over here. And within the confined space. Now I have more space, so I'll throw it away from you so you can have a look. So it looks like this. It's a really good way of cleaning your house as well. You don't need a broom anymore. Just captures that. Also, keep your eye on the floor. It doesn't wet the surface. So I'm ready. So now you're going to have something that's beautiful, super clean. And you notice how it's boiling away on the surface. Like it sort of travels through all the way to the back. Yes, getting all the dust particles with it.
This is the second Science in Action workshop to be hosted by Equitrust this year. The workshop aims to make learning science and mathematics fun for learners.